Welcome everybody to the Sustainable Cash Flow Meetup. I appreciate you guys coming, taking time out. My name is Nitzan Mosery. I've been in Florida for the last 10 years. I'm originally from New York City. I was born and raised in New York. I remember playing in the streets of New York with the junkies, the hookers, and the pimps. And there was nobody else. You know, there were no lights in Times Square. All the buildings were boarded up. And, you know, it was a different world than it is now. And, at the age of 18, I went back to Israel. I did a little stint in the army in Israel, came back, worked on Wall Street for a while for a company called Lehman Brothers. And no, I'm not the reason why they went out of business, if you're asking. In 1995, my father passed away. I was 25 years old. And that kind of threw me for a loop. I'm 49. I'll be 49 in July if you're counting. And that threw me for a loop because I was always brought up to believe that, you know, money comes first, right? Everything's all about money, 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 right? Go to school, get a job, right? Get an education, get a job, work till you're 65, get the gold watch, and then die when you're 67. My father passed away when he was 67 years old, so that kind of really hit me hard. I didn't know, you know, 25 years old, growing up in New York City, with the idea of, you know, just go after the money. Just go after the money, after the money. And when he died, it kind of threw me for a loop. I didn't realize who I was, what was it all about, right? Why are we just running after the money? So at the age of 27, I sold my portfolio, I quit my job in Wall Street, and I packed all my stuff and I moved to Israel. And I sat in Israel, in Tel Aviv, on the beach for a year, watching the sun go up and down, up and down, up and down, not knowing what I wanted to do with my life. And then a friend of mine told me that he was going back to India on vacation for a couple of months. So I said, you know what? Sitting on the beach in Tel Aviv, we're sitting on the beach in Goa. I didn't even know if there was a place called Goa. I said, whatever, it's the same. He left after 2 months, went back to Israel because he had to continue working. He was working for the government. And I said, I have nothing to do. I'm not connected to anyone. I have no responsibilities to nobody, to nothing. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a wife, a kid, or anything. So I continued traveling the world. And I meditated a lot. I went into different ashrams and to different communes, and I traveled the world for about 6 years. You know, and I met successful people, and I met some really devastatingly poor people. And I looked and I learned, you know, their mindset. What was different from these people? Why were these people, the people that made so much money, why were they making money when these people weren't making money? What was the difference between them? And I learned different ideas and different aspects about what makes somebody successful and what makes somebody broke, right? It starts with your mindset. It starts with the way you see the world, the way you see yourself, what you perceive to be, what you deserve and what you don't deserve. And, you know, so I traveled for many years, and then I came back, and then finally I came back to Israel after learning a lot of spiritual awakening stuff. I became a Reiki master. I started learning shiatsu and aromatherapy, and I learned acupuncture and holistic, what do you call it, naturopathic medicine and all that kind of stuff. And I connected with myself, and for lack of a better word, I connected with the universe. I connected with my higher self. And finally there was meaning. And I understood that it doesn't matter what you do in life, right? It's all about the meaning. It's all about why we're doing it, right? What are we passionate about, right? What is going to wake us up in the morning to motivate us to do what we do? And that's what I brought back with me. And then I started learning throughout my years of being in Wall Street, doing other businesses. I opened up the first raw vegan restaurant in Israel. It was awesome. People were coming from all over Israel to the restaurant. It was something that was completely new to Israel at that time. And that was in 2006. And today we're 2019. Israel has the most vegans per capita in the world. When I had my store, they didn't have one vegan. I was the only vegan, and they were looking at me funny. But I understood business, and I learned a lot from business. And then when I came back to the U.S., I started learning from other real estate people who were very successful in doing what I wanted to do. Right? A long time ago, I learned very quickly and very early in life is find someone who has what you want, do what they did, and you'll get what they got. Right? So it's pretty simple. I learned that also when I was in the military. Right? Commanders, they tell us, follow me. Right? Step there, don't step there. There's a landmine over there. Right? Do this, do that. Right? Protect us. So I learned from other people what to do and what not to do. And I brought together all my learnings and everything that I've realized and the success that I've had, and I created this group so that I can give back to people, so that I can help everyone else create a lifestyle the same way that I created it, right? We want to create a business that is lifestyle friendly, right? Are we all into that? Creating a business that is lifestyle friendly rather than creating a lifestyle that works with our business. You see the difference? Right? So this is why I put this group together. This is why I do what I do with commercial real estate and the speaking and all this, because I really want to help people achieve success in whatever success means for you. So that's a little bit, short, brief history on me. And I just got this. I've been working on this for a while now. And this is the first time anybody is seeing this. Check this out.
Are you looking to build generational wealth? Create the life of your dreams? Or just gain control of your destiny? If you answered yes, then look no further than investing in real estate. In fact, 85% of American millionaires made their money in real estate. The reasons are simple. You avoid the stock market roulette wheel. You hedge against inflation. You receive significant tax benefits. You create and leave behind a legacy. I'm Nitsan. I've spent my life traveling the world, meeting and learning from people from all walks of life. I've discovered the magic behind how the universe works. I'm going to teach you how to master the art of manifestation and achieve anything you want. And you can have it all by investing in real estate. But there's another secret. Investing in real estate alone will take you to the top of the mountain, but investing in multifamily real estate will take you to the moon and beyond. The first advantage, cash flow on a multifamily is always greater than single family because you have more rents coming in. The second advantage is economies of scale. If you have 6 single-family houses, as opposed to 1 6-family complex, you have 6 roofs to be repaired and 6 lawns to maintain. In your 6-family apartment complex, you only have 1 roof and 1 lawn. Economies of scale are in your favor. The third advantage is that the value of your investment is based on income and expenses, which tend to be more controllable and predictable than residential real estate investments. Interested in learning more about how to create wealth at a faster rate and achieving the life of your dreams? Let me show you how adding multifamilies to your portfolio is the way to do it. Fill out the contact form at investwithcip.com/investing and take the first step to the life of your dreams.
Awesome, right? Isn't that cool? Right? Isn't that a cool little thing? Now, we're going to talk today about how to find deals, right? How would you like it if you had your social presence on social media and people were coming to you with deals rather than you going out and looking for them? How different would it be? How different would your business look if you were able to create a vortex of energy or a business where people now are coming to you and saying, hey, look at what I have, right? So that's one of the reasons why I created this video, so that, social media is so strong today. Not many people are using it to the fullest, right? It's such a strong access point for us to be able to create relationships very quickly online, right? So we have all these different sources that we can go to. So we have all these different sources, and we need to utilize them. We need to utilize them we need to utilize all the tools that are put out there for us so that we can maximize our efficiency so that we can create a business that suits our lifestyle. Does that make sense? Right? Because how many of us would like to sit on a beach or on a mountaintop or by a river and look at our phones or our little tablet and say, oh look, I have 5 different multifamily properties that were just emailed to me because I've created these relationships with people, and now I don't have to run around looking for these assets. They're actually coming to me, right? How awesome would that be, right? Isn't that what we're all looking to do, right? Create a business that meets our lifestyle rather than creating our lifestyle around our business, right? That's where most people are today, right? Most people, well, there's a woman in our club today. She told me she can't come because she wasn't able to get off of work. So now her lifestyle revolves around her work rather than the work revolving around the lifestyle, right? So we want to go, so my goal is hopefully to show you ways that you can go out and generate social media presence, connect with people online so that they can start funneling you the different deals. Okay? There we go. Oh. You can see I'm very computer. So, marketing for success, right? So we got to think about it, right? We're not in real estate. We're in the marketing business. Our product is real estate. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? We're marketing people. We're marketers. But and what are we marketing? The first thing that we're marketing is ourselves. Right? Come to a networking event, right? How we talk, what we say, the knowledge that we bring, what we're looking for. So when we're going to a networking event, I always teach, when you go to a networking event, you have to go prepared. Okay? You have to go with goals. Who do I want to meet? How many people do I want to meet? And what's my goal for the evening? Right? And then we go out and now we can market ourselves to people in the room, right? What am I looking for? Edwin, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Nitan, blah, blah. What do you do? And I start to get to know Edwin, right? And if I'm at a real estate thing, or I talk to Abe, and Abraham tells me he's a commercial broker, well, that's fantastic. Let me grab your card. Here's my card. This is what I'm looking for. Is there anything that you... So we start there. We have to start marketing ourselves first. Okay, we have to understand that. Does that make sense? Right? Okay, so marketing takes a day to learn. Unfortunately, it takes a lifetime to master, right? Your greatest real estate marketing tool is yourself. Okay? And why do I say that? We're going to be talking to a lot of brokers. We're going to be talking to sellers. We're going to be talking to investors in our investing career. We're going to be talking to family offices. Okay? We're going to be talking to other people that have a lot of money in different areas. So we have to know how to build rapport and how to connect with people. Okay? Always want to be honest, transparent, all that stuff, right? Integrity, because this is a small industry. It's a very small industry. And word catches fire, like this. I mean, I'll give you a short story about how the word gets out very quickly. I was in the northern part of India, and I was involved in some incident, and this is before cell phones. We remember those days? This is when cyber cafes were just coming out, right? And, there's a cyber cafe. Okay, you can go and send an email to someone. That was a big thing, right? So I'm in the middle of the mountains, in the Himalayan mountains, in this little village. Little village, it was like 3 million people. Small village, right? That was small for India. And something happened about 3 hours away in another village. Now, these villages have like one phone, public phone in the entire village, right? And it's by the courthouse, and people go and they use it every day. By the time I got back to my village, which was 3 hours away, everybody, bless you, from the little kid to the oldest person in all the villages between where it happened to where I was, knew what was going on. Because people talked. People talked. Like wildfire. It was unbelievable. So fast. So you really have to present yourself well when we're out there talking, right? And here, perfect, right? The first method, you need information. The first method to try whenever you need information is to consult your professional network. So, I was always taught, and I'm a big believer, that you need to go out and network. You got to go to different networking events, okay? In the beginning, it doesn't matter what networking events, what the topic is. Go out, perfect your pitch, okay? Start talking to people. Get out of that, out of that scared zone of, shyness of talking to people, right? Believe it or not, I'm very shy. Very, very shy. I walk into a room like this, and I'm by myself, and I don't know anybody, I probably won't talk to anybody. I'll sit in the corner, I'll just be very quiet, I'll be the first one to leave, I may not even walk into the room, but you got to get out of it, right? We got to think. There's 3% of the people that have most of the money on the planet. Would any one of those 3%ers even have an issue or think twice about walking into a networking room? They wouldn't. They'd be like, let's go, right? That's the mentality, that's the mindset, it's the confidence. That's what we got to build up. So go network, go talk, go perfect your pitch, go start asking questions for other people, right? Go talk to them. And these networking groups, you'll be amazed at who you will find, okay? You'll be amazed, right? I found this guy right here, Tom. Tom's a lender. He's helping us now with our acquisition of our hotel. It's a hairy-ass deal. Thanks to him, we got it done. We're getting it done. We're getting it done. We haven't been this close yet. We're getting there.
We're close.
But you never know who you're going to meet. I went to a networking event in LA, and in 3 days, I raised $1.5 million for a property that we closed on. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to meet. So go to networking events, start perfecting your pitch, start creating your pitch, and your pitch for the brokers, your pitch for your investors, okay? The pitch for property management companies. All this you want to start perfecting and start planning out for yourself because it's important. Anybody have an elevator pitch that they've been working on? Anybody? Anybody? You have an elevator pitch. Yeah, but you have a funny accent. Yeah. Do you want to share your elevator pitch with people? With everyone?
Yeah,
Okay.
I play many hats. So, by the way, I'm Abraham Dean, and this is a sustainable building that we did out of a car garage that was contaminated. So I play the sustainable hat, I play the mortgage broker hat, the real estate.
What's your pitch? Elevator pitch.
So I have different ones.
Pick one.
I'm gonna pick the.
Don't push this button.
The sustainable. So if I meet you there and you ask me, hi, how you doing? What you doing? What is with your life? So I probably will say, well, give you my name. I'm Abraham Dean. I'm a sustainable architect, and I do sustainable buildings. And if you ever consider sustainable architect that can help you with your needs on sustainability, this is my card. Give me a call. That's it.
Great. Thank you. That's
Now,
a pitch.
if you want me to go into real estate, or I feel that people have many hats to play, and you can present that to different type of individuals, like you said, an investor or a broker or anybody else. So I leave you.
Great.
I continue.
Thank you. So that's one pitch, right? My elevator pitch when I started, I was trying to figure out how to put everything that we do into 30 seconds. I buy apartments, I get other people, and we make money, and it just didn't come out well. So today, when I'm going to a networking event, my elevator pitch is, I help people create passive residual income so that they can go out and do what they're passionate about. That's an elevator pitch. That's a strong elevator pitch that after I've spoken to someone for 5-10 minutes and I've gotten to know what they're passionate about, what they like, what they're into, blah, 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 I can direct it specifically to them, right? I help people create passive residual income so that they can go out and teach yoga their entire life and enjoy it, and not have to worry about income from what they do, from what you do. I go out and I help people, blah, 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 so that they can go out and charter yachts, because that's what they love to do, right? So marketing starts with us first on where to find the deal and how to find the deal, right? Plus, we also need to know what deals we're looking for, right? So, you know, as you know, in the military, it's all about prep work, right? You gotta prepare, 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 prepare. That's why we train, we train, we train. Preparation, because once your preparation is perfect, then the execution will be perfect, but it won't be something that you have to think about. It'll happen because you're prepared. So if you're going to a networking event and you're not prepared, you're gonna hurt, right? You're not gonna be able to talk properly. You're not gonna be able to express yourself, what you're looking for, what you want, what type of properties you're looking for, what asset classes, what location, this and that. So start working on it, okay? I put a camera in my office and I talk to the camera and then I watch myself. I'm like, man, that sucked, man. Holy shit, man. I do something with those eyebrows. All right, you know, figure that out. But that's where it should start, okay? We got that? Marketing starts here. Networking. Go out and find people. So whenever you're looking for something, you have a source where you can pull it from. You don't have to go look for it, right? Today, you know, for my workshop that we're doing in May, we're looking for audio-visual. I started thinking, who in my network? And now I found a couple of people that I want to talk to that are in the audio-visual, because I went and networked and created a huge network of people that I can pull information and things that I need from. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, great. Let's move on. All right. So, a couple of things, right? Direct mail. We all know about direct mail. Sending out letters and blah, 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 and we know that. That's great with single-family homes, okay? Because you're going directly to the owners, okay? It's good on maybe quads, 4plexes, up to a 10plex, maybe a 20plex. But once you get up to the higher, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200 units, 1,000 units, portfolios, this direct mail is very difficult to have success with. Who knows why? Who knows why? Because it's an LLC. Because when you're looking at the property and you call the property, who are you talking to? You're talking to the property manager, right? And what's the property manager going to do? You think if they get that mail, you know, I want to buy your property. Yeah, right? They rip it up their throat, because if I'm the property manager, I don't want to lose my job, right? Not only that, when you send it, you're sending it to the property manager, you're sending it to the property, it will never reach the owner, right? You will never be able to reach the owner of the property if you're direct mailing, the bigger units. Unless you really spend money and time, what's it called? Skip tracing and doing all that stuff and going back, right? Now remember, that is where you are actively going out and pursuing sellers, right? Owners, right? The other thing I want to talk about is blogging, okay? Remember, we want to create a lifestyle business, a business that works in our lifestyle on our terms, right? So, how do we do that? We have to create ourselves as an expert, as someone who is generating and giving out information, someone who understands the industry, has success, has built a team together, right? One of the best ways of doing that is blogging. We all know what a blog is, right? It's a new thing that came out. You start blogging, letters, blah, blah, blah. Now they have video logs, they call vlogs, all this stuff. Now we have social media, right? You go out and you post on social media. You go out. Tom does it. I do it. I see a lot of people going out and posting on social media, right? You want to get your name out there so that when a broker or a property manager, where someone, an owner of a property who's maybe, you know, tired of his asset or whatnot, is looking to sell, doesn't want to deal with whatever the situation is, they are now looking at you and they're coming to you. So one of the good ways of doing that is creating a blog where you're posting, where you're writing about assets. You're writing about the market. You're showing the world that you are knowledgeable about your industry and that you are the person to deal with. Okay? Blogging is will take you places. It's a real way of showing people how much information you have. Now, think about it. Let's put the broker hat on for a second, right? What does a broker think? Broker wants to sell a property, right? I have a listing. Who am I going to give it to? Am I going to give it to somebody I don't know? Or am I going to find someone and I can hand them the listing or her the listing and I know that they're going to be able to close on it because they have a team, they've done this before, they have investors, they know how to raise capital, they know how to do due diligence, they understand, the projects and management and all that. So how does a broker know that? Well, if you're blogging and you're writing about it and you're posting it, right, eventually it'll go around and will start generating interest and people will start coming to you. I have now in my inbox hundreds of deals on a daily basis, coming from people who are direct to sellers, people who are brokers, people who are bird dogs. Inundated. My business partners go out and send me deals. People from the meetup here are sending me deals. Edwin sent me one today. Today? Yes, today. Today, right? Okay, good. Today. Just checking. And to work, to look at and to work. So you want to create, start thinking. Okay, what kind of lifestyle do I want to have? Okay, and how can I generate my business to be around my lifestyle? Okay, we want to create that vortex where deals are coming to us, right? So that's one way. All right, another great place to find deals. Okay, we're looking at deals. There are tons of attorneys out there, right? You have attorneys that deal with foreclosures. You have attorneys that deal with bankruptcies. You have attorneys that deal with probate, right? You have attorneys that deal with, that go in City Hall and deal with all the building violations and whatnot. I actually one time, right, I was in Fort Lauderdale, I did it in Boca, and I did it in West Palm. I went to the courthouse where they have the court sessions for property owners that have violations on their properties. And I sat outside the door. I wasn't in the courtroom, because in the courtroom you can't talk, you can't do anything. I stood outside the door, and when I saw people walk in, I would stop them and say, do you own a property? Yes. Are you here for a violation? Yes. Here's my business card. I'm looking to buy assets. If anytime you're interested in selling your property, please give me a call. How many people do that? I was the only guy standing there doing that. I was the only guy approaching. Okay? So, attorneys, call foreclosure attorneys, call probate attorneys, call 1031 exchange facilitators. Do we know what 1031 exchange means? The 1031. It's a code in the IRS. That means that you can sell a property, a real estate property, and take your profit with all the income that you have and transfer it to a like-kind property and not pay tax on your profit that you made. So let's say you own a single-family home. You bought it for $50,000, and there's no mortgage on it, and you put $50,000 into it, and you sold it for $200,000. Your profit is $100,000. Whatever income tax bracket you're in, that's how much capital gains you'll pay on that, right? But if you take that $200,000 and now you buy yourself, let's say, 10%, so you buy $1 million property. $1 million multifamily property where your down payment is $200,000. You just took a single family home, you took all that money, you transferred it to a multifamily, you didn't pay tax on that property, on the profit you paid. Now you got yourself a bigger property that's generating cash flow for you every month. How's that sound? You get in touch with the 1031 facilitator and you tell them, anytime you have someone that is selling a property, you call me. I will buy it from them. If the property makes sense, if the numbers make sense, I will buy it. Now, you got people that want to sell a $5 million multifamily and they want to do a 1031 to take that $5 million and buy a $20 million property. And if they have you on their buyer's list as someone who can close and do all this, now you're getting a call, you're going, hey, Zeddy, listen, I got a client here who's doing a 1031, let me send you the deal. Boom. Right? How about bankruptcy attorneys? People go into bankruptcy, right? People get divorced, right? A lot of times, people get divorced and they have money and they have these assets. You know, either the husband or the wife, they want to liquidate, right? We don't want to give the other party the property. Let's sell it and we'll split the money, right? Attorneys need to have buyers waiting there. So get in touch with these attorneys, foreclosure attorneys, bankruptcy attorneys, probate, somebody passes away, right? The father, the mother of a huge family, they have wealth, now they have to probate, they got to go, they got to sell all the properties. Make sure that you're the first person on that attorney's list of people to call. You build relationships with them. Go to the office, meet with them. Dress. Hi, how are you? My name is Nitzan Mosri. This is who I am. This is my team. This is what we do. We would love to be on your list and blah, 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 blah. And you build a rapport. How many kids you have? What do you like to do for this? Where do you go? Blah, 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 blah. And you build that rapport with them so now they send you deals. So then you do this once, you build a relationship once, and then it's a funnel that just keeps on giving once you turn that funnel on. And then you can go and you can hike the fjords of Norway and look at your phone and be like, oh, look, I just got a deal. Awesome, right? How awesome would that be, right? Where you can make the world your office. All right. So you can find them at 1031.org, okay? Or 1031 Gateway, okay? This is a good website. You can find assets through this website, okay? We talked about that. Bankruptcy, divorce, foreclosures, you know, www.lawyers.com. Okay. Got any residential brokers in the house? No? Okay. Connect with high-end luxury residential real estate brokers. And you go, why? What's the connection? Well, if there's a guy that has a $5 million home, do you think he has other assets or she have other assets somewhere on the planet? Down the road from them. Somewhere, right? So you find these brokers, you build a relationship with them, you tell them, listen, if any time they want to liquidate, if they want to invest, anything with commercial real estate, if they have a self-storage, if they have a piece of land somewhere that they want to sell, do me a favor, call me. I can help you. Let's build a relationship with them, right? We're creating funnels so that people will start sending us the deals through these different funnels, okay? Imagine you have 5 funnels that you create, and every day you're getting 2 properties from each funnel. That's 10 deals a day. You probably won't have enough time to underwrite 10 deals a day because it takes, you know, in the beginning it takes an hour to 2, 3, 4 hours sometimes to underwrite an entire deal, right? You got to not only underwrite it, but then you got to create your projections as well. You got to do all that. So if you have 5 funnels that are working for you, right, you now can sit quietly and just look at all the deals, analyze them, submit your letters of intent on the ones that you like, and wait to hear back from the brokers. How many of us would love to have a lifestyle like that, right? Every hand should go up, right? This is what we're doing here. So hit up those residential brokers. Great source of properties, of people with money to invest, partners, all that stuff. Family offices. Do we know what family offices are? Anybody? No? Who doesn't know what a family office is?
A dental, right?
A dental?
Commercial dental.
No, a family office is a family that has boku bucks, like minimum $100 million. And they bring in all the brokers, fund administrators, acquisition guys, everything in-house so that these people can go out. Like, you know, there are families out there that have hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And they say, okay, what are we going to invest in? We're going to invest in commercial real estate, biotech, and sustainability. So then they hire people to work for the family to go out and find investments in these different areas, okay? And they will invest, okay? So the family will go out and invest in these opportunities. They also have assets that they want to liquidate, okay? There are a lot of conferences. There's the guy who wrote this book, Richard Wilson, okay? So write that down, Richard Wilson. and he has a single-family office networking club. And he has events all around the country all year, and he really brings in these high-end family offices that come, and you network with these guys and you're talking to them, and you know, I feel, I'm like, why would you want to do business with me? You're just like huge. But you never know what their appetite is and who they are and what they're looking for. So you go out and you start networking with these people, and they have money, they have connections, they know people, right? It's never the person that you're really always talking to right here. It's who do they know in the back, right? Who's in their network? How can I connect to the people that you know, right? So I want to build a rapport with you so you can turn me on to your people. So we go to these events and we meet the family offices. We meet people that are in the business, and we say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, let me know how I can help you at any given time. And we build this relationship with people, and now it's all via computers, phones, text, so you can be anywhere in the world communicating with someone, right? And building a relationship with people, okay? Family office events are really great to go out. People have tons of money, they're always looking to invest, they're always looking to help, but you want to have your team in place when you're going to these events as well. So here, private wealth management advisory firm that serves the ultra-high net worth investors. They're different from traditional wealth management shops in that they offer a total outsource. So here, these are the two groups that have these events. And there's a lot of brokers. There's also a great event that I highly recommend everybody go to. It's called NMHC, National Multi-House Conference. They have one in Boca and one in San Diego, San Francisco, one of those places.
How's it say?
NMHC. It stands for National Multi-House Conference. This is where all the brokers from all over the country go to. They all gather. They all talk. I've got this deal, I've got that deal. And they are looking for buyers. They are looking for people to sell deals to. Okay? Go to that event. It's a fantastic event. You'll meet people. I met a guy from Austin. His office is in a tree. It's a tree house in Austin. The guy's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He built a tree house for his kid, and the kid went off to college, and he expanded it, and that's his office now. Go figure, right? He's got enough money he can do that, right? But you meet some really cool people with some really cool ideas, and you never know where that's going to take you, what direction it is, right? I was at an event. Guy comes up, he goes, "Oh, Ethan, nice to see you." I don't know who this guy is. He goes, "Listen, I know this woman. She has a piece of land, several hundreds of acres in Arizona. She wants to sell it." I said, "All right, give me your phone number." I talked to her, blah, 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 blah. We are now doing a business transaction with this woman creating a solar farm on her land in Arizona. That came from a networking event that I spoke to someone. I didn't recognize him. I don't remember where I met him. Poor on me, right? But I was very lucky. I was at the right place at the right time. So you never know. You want to get out there, right? So you go to these conferences, and they're fantastic. There's another one called IMN, Information Management Network. Okay? He has events in New York. He has events in Miami. And they just had one in Dallas. Okay, and he has one in California.
International.
IMN, Information Management Network. IMN.com. Okay? And when you guys go to sign up and you're talking to people, mention my name. It's not going to give you a discount, but maybe it'll fast track you in there, right? Because I'm one of those schmucks that pays every month to these things, right? To get on their list and all that stuff. So you don't have to. But yeah, if paying, need some Mosey, send me, blah blah blah. Maybe it'll help you. Take a couple of dollars off.
And by the way, it's imn.org.
.org. Even better. We all know this logo, IM, right? That stands for LinkedIn, okay? LinkedIn is a super powerful tool if you know how to use it, if you use it properly, okay? There are people out there that are teaching LinkedIn how to use it, all that, you know, how you can connect with people. This is a great place where if you create your profile correctly, right? And you pay for it, you know, pay for the service that gets you talking to other people, you'll be amazed at how many brokers will hit you up. I get brokers now contacting me. Hey, I have this off-market deal. Are you interested in it? Sure, send it. Absolutely. Right? So I'm putting myself out there, and now they're coming to me, so I don't have to go to them. Right? Facebook as well. You got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got Twitter, you got all these social media tools that you really need to start using so that you can create your business around your lifestyle rather than your lifestyle around your business. Right? Does that make sense? You post, you create your profile, right? And create your profile, go back to it, tweak it, and tweak it, and tweak it. Keep tweaking it until it's really exactly what you want to say and who you want to attract, okay? So we have to think when we're creating our social media, right, our profiles and our advertisements on who we want, we have to think, who are we talking to, right? What age group am I talking to? Am I talking to millennials? My millennial message is different than the baby boomers, than the X-Gen, and all the different ones, right? It's a different language, right? Because millennials want to do stuff that they're passionate about. People my age want to make sure that my kids have food on their table and have a roof over their head, right? It's a different language. It's a different desire, a different need that we have, right? So know who your avatar is, and then create your different profiles and create your media marketing to attract these people to come to you, right? Let's start thinking differently. Let's start thinking, how can I get these people to come to me rather than me going to them all the time? Yes? Now, Brevitas, right? Write these down. These are great websites. Brevitas is a great website to go look for properties. Properties all over the world. All different types of assets all over the world. People put them on brevitas.com. You can go and you can check them out, and it's a really great website. There's another great website, Crexi, CREXI.com. Okay? Now, of course, you also want to go on all the brokerage websites, the Marcus and Miller chaps, the Franklin Streets, the Remax guys, the CBREs, the Colliers. Go in and register as a buyer. Pick what areas you want them to send you deals on, what criteria, size, age, all that, and they will start sending you deals, right? Now, it's great to start getting all these deals so you can practice your underwriting, you can practice talking to the broker, you can practice your numbers, your projections, all that. Then once you start getting good at it, then you can really pick the broker that you want to work with and talk to them and build a relationship with them so that they now start sending you exactly what you're looking for, okay? Brevitas.com, Crexi.com, BiggerPockets.com is a great website to learn, to get information, to network with people about commercial real estate. Very good, educational. You can also post on there what you're looking for, all these things, okay? Meetup.com. Nice.
Okay.
Meetup.com. Meetup.com is a nice place. Meetup.com, because you come to a meeting like this with other people, you have a commercial broker in the house, you have a commercial lender in the house, you have investors, so you start coming, you build a relationship, now you can go do what you want, and the broker will start sending you deals, right? Plus, you can go to Meetup, and if there aren't groups in your area, you can create one, just like I did. Why do you think I created this? So I don't have to go out and find Marvin and find Zadie and find Ilana. I don't need to go out and look for every one of you. These guys are coming to me now. You see what I did? I created this group so that I can give back, but also that I can bring people to me rather than me going out to people, right? Plus you can go out and you can find different meetup groups of your hobbies, right? And you can go and you can pitch people. You can give them your elevator pitch, right? I can go and, you know, I like sailing as well. I didn't get a chance to tell you. I've got my skipper's license as well for sailboats. I go to Meetup and I check out what's sailing groups, and I go and I talk to people that have boats. Do you think people that have boats have money to invest. We have these beautiful yachts. And yeah, of course, the guy just spent $300,000 on a yacht. He doesn't have like $100,000 to invest. Of course he does, right? So I go and I meet these people and I talk to them and I build relationships with them. And then I present them an opportunity later and I say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're doing and so forth and so on, right? You can also go in different meetup groups for brokers and just think out of the box because you never know who you're going to meet, okay? And this, multihousingnews.com, this is a newsletter that comes out with all information, great information, especially when you're starting out in multifamily and whatnot. They talk about the different markets, the different teams, who bought this, what the trends look like. Very good information. You may be able to pick up some good contacts from this as well, okay? You're going to sing, Tom. That's my rule. Phone goes off, you sing.
New York, New York.
All right, we all know about bird dogs. You know what a bird dog is? Anybody? Who doesn't know what a bird dog is? A bird dog is someone, someone that goes out and finds the deals for you that isn't a broker. Okay? They may take a little consulting fee or, you know, some little fee to find the deal for you. Okay? Why is it good to have bird dogs? Bird dogs, you know, you can meet them anywhere. And they'll be and they'll do, I have bird dogs all over the country, right? And they're driving around and they see a deal, they'll make the connection with the seller because they're in that area. Because multifamily, we can live where we want. We can invest where it makes sense, right? So I live in Florida. I have properties in New York. I have properties in Texas, Oklahoma, Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee, right? Israel, Chile. I live where I want. I invest where it makes sense, right? So I go out and when I travel to different places, I will meet people and I will create bird dogs. I will create people to go out and to look for stuff for me, right? It can be a single family home. It can be, I just got a guy in Galveston, Texas that I know, a bird dog for me. It wasn't a multifamily, it was a duplex. We bought it for 60. 2 days later, we sold it for 120, right? We bought a house for 120. We put 40 into it. It's on the market now for 250. I got these through a bird dog. And I told him, the money that you're making off of me, you're going to reinvest it in the next deal. He said, okay. Because I want him, you know, to start building, and so I want him to build his equity as well and not just be a bird dog. But bird dogs are really are great people because they will work hard. They know the area. You want to find a bird dog that knows the area better than anybody else, right? Oh yeah, that building was owned by Joe, and his mom used to feed them, and this guy, blah, blah, blah. These are the types of bird dogs that you want, people that really know the area and the market, okay? And sometimes you have to get on a plane or get in the car and drive to that market and meet people and figure out who's who and what's what. And you can do that by picking a market that you want to go into, going on meetup.com, seeing what groups are happening in that neighborhood, in that market at that time. Go to those groups, start building relationships, start talking to people, figure out what they want, how you can help them, and so forth. Go home, pick up the phone, and start building those relationships, and now they will find deals for you and send them to you. Okay? Yes? All good? Yes? Are we with me? Do we need to stand up and jump a little bit? Okay. Social groups. Okay? Rotary, RIAs, landlord association meetings, mold certification and remediation classes. Has anyone ever thought to go to a mold and remediation class to meet owners of properties? Think about that. My business partner, she sat in one of these classes. She's now a certified mold remediator. You know what it did for us when she got her certificate? We got bids for our hotel. There was mold on the 4th floor. We got bids $500,000 to remediate all the mold on the 4th floor. It's like, we're done. We're recording here, but you know, we were screwed. We're like $500,000. That's it. Just close the door and say goodbye. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? This is thinking out of the box. right? This is actually taking the box and throwing it away and figuring out what can we do. So we started going and Googling mold remediation and all that. She's like, oh, look, there's a remediation class where you can get certified. She goes, it's a 4-hour drive from where I'm at, where she was at. She's like, you know what, I'm going. And who's sitting next to her but owners of other hotels and other properties that have mold issues that were trying to figure out the same thing that she was. Well, we, make a long story short, with the hotel, we got the bill down from $500,000 to $40,000.
Whoa.
Because what does a contractor tell you? Oh, drywall, you gotta rip it all out. You gotta rip everything out. And that's not true.
Sprays.
There's sprays, there are chemicals, there's all that kind of stuff that now today you can do it.
Yeah.
So the guy that was teaching the class was the guy who wrote the law and the rules on how to remediate mold. So she walked up to him and said, hey, we have a hotel in Memphis, very close. Would you mind coming down and taking a look? He said, for $1,000, I'll come down and I'll go every room and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to remediate that room and how much it will cost you. 40 G's instead of $500,000, right? So we immediately started doing it, wiping shit down, doing things, all this stuff, you know, for that. So, but the point is, she went to the class and she met other owners of hotels in there, and now we are talking to them to see if they want to buy our hotel. So think out of the box, right? So these are great places to go and to meet other brokers, other people that can help you reach your goal, right? I'm in a Rotary Club, and Abe and I are in the downtown Boca Raton Rotary Club. We have like 5 commercial brokers in that thing, in that group, right? I don't buy in South Florida, but think about it, right? I can now go anywhere in the country, go to any Rotary Club anywhere in the world, because I'm a Rotarian. I can go to this club, and I can meet someone in Georgia at the Georgia Rotary Club who's a broker in Georgia, and now, because we're in the Rotary Club, we, you know, the mindset and the whole way of doing business is the same. So now we can connect, and I say, hey, hit me up, right? Doing all that kind of stuff. So social groups, RIAs, landlord association meetings. Have you ever thought of going to a landlord association meeting and building relationships with landlords, with owners? And then just, hey, you know, and a great way to approach these people is not always, do you want to sell your property? Oh, dude, strike three, and you're definitely coming up here. But you can go to the landlord association meeting, and you can talk to the landlord and say, who do you know in your neighborhood, in your neck of the woods, that's looking to buy, that's looking to sell? A lot of times, like, oh, you know what, I don't know, but you know what, give me your card. Maybe one day I want to sell, or, you know, that mentality, right? Who do you know out there, okay? Great place to meet people. And, wait, what did I do here? And I think that's it. Hold on, let me see here. Bergdorf, social media. Deal flow events. There are networking events. They're called deal flow events, okay? Go out and look for them. They're called deal flow events, okay? They talk about deal flow, where to find deals. Brokers go to these deals, to these events. So what I'm trying to share with you are ways where you can sit in front of your computer, on your phone, right? Start going to these websites, start looking at the different properties, and build relationships. There's a website, probably everybody knows it, called loopnet.com, right? The industry thing is that properties go to LoopNet to die. They get listed on CoStar by the brokers. CoStar bought LoopNet, 2 years ago, whatever it was, 3 years ago. They listed on CoStar, and if it doesn't sell on CoStar, if it doesn't sell through their network of people, then they take it and they put it on LoopNet, and they hope that somebody buys it on LoopNet, and that's kind of like a cemetery of things. So you don't necessarily want to look at the property, right? It's good practice to take the property, underwrite it, analyze it, break it down, right? All that practice, right? So you can do it very easily. But you can go and you can see who are the brokers, and it's a free service. CoStar you have to pay for. It's like $300-400 a month, $150 a month. Very expensive. did. I have to check it. I didn't check it, but I met with the woman who's running the Boca Raton Economic Development Committee, and she said that they have a free version of CoStar on their website for people to look at. So you can go to the Boca Raton Economic Development Committee website. They should have CoStar there free. And if not, you can go to LoopNet, look at the market that you want to be in, and start looking at the brokers that are listing properties. And they have the name, the picture, and the phone number. Pick up the phone, hey, I was looking at the property that you have on LoopNet, that's fantastic, blah, 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 blah. This is what I'm looking for. What do you have? And then they start sending you what they have. All right, so that's a good place to go. And LoopNet, by the way, also has good demographic reports. Okay? Good. Any questions about anything? Doesn't have to be about finding a deal. Any questions about any part of the business? Because my presentation is pretty much over because, again, let's start thinking about how we can generate a lifestyle business, a business that works with our lifestyle so that we can generate people coming to us, right? We have to do the work first, but once we do it, it can just start building and growing and getting a life of its own, and then it'll start feeding back to us, right? I don't have to go to networking events now to find brokers and to meet them and to get deals coming to me. I get inundated with deals. I've learned to say no very quickly to a deal, right? I have a couple of things that I look for. Age, too old, next. Next, next. And be like, ooh, wait, okay, that looks interesting. Okay, the year looks good, the build, the units, this and that, the potential, all that. So I want to help you guys create that as well. Okay, create a lifestyle business that you can make money and do what you're passionate about at the same time. Does that make sense? Yeah? Anybody have any questions? Yes.
How do you analyze markets?
How do you analyze markets? You want to look for markets that have universities in them, that have more than 100,000 people in the immediate MSA. MSA is the Metropolitan Statistical Area. MSA. You want to speak to the Economic Development Committee of that city and find out what's going on in the city. Do they have headhunters that go out and headhunt corporations to move into their market? You want to ask the Economic Development Committee or the Chamber of Commerce what kind of amenities does the city give for families and whatnot? What kind of parks do they have? What kind of schools, right? Families and people will move to a city that has good amenities, right? We have beautiful beaches, we have beautiful parks, our school system is great here, right? Our road system, right? But everything else is top-notch, and that's why people are moving here. Palm Beach County actually hires a headhunting company to go out and headhunt corporations to bring them into Palm Beach County, okay? You want to speak to the Chamber of Commerce and find out what is the local government doing to generate job growth. You want to see formations of family, the family formations increasing. How many jobs are moving in? Okay, are they permanent jobs? Are they temporary jobs? Things of that nature. Okay? That's just kind of...
You can also go to the Milken Report.
You go to the Milken Report, Milken, which comes out in January.
It's out.
Right, but it comes out in January, right? KEN, the Milken Report. That'll give you the top, 100, 200 cities.
Large cities and small cities.
You can also go, I don't know if they still do it, they used to do it, you can go on uhaul.com.
They do.
They do? Yeah. And check one-way destinations. Where are people going to and not coming back from? U-Haul.
They do reports on that every few months.
You said you don't invest in Florida?
Not in South Florida.
Not in South Florida.
No.
For what reason? Why not?
Too expensive. Okay. I'm not saying you can't make money here. Just my business model, it works on cash flow and appreciation, okay? So when we're looking at a deal, we're looking now at value-added properties, right? We can go in, add some value to it, clean it up, fix the inside, raise the demographic income of the property, right? So we look at, I just lost my train of thought. So South Florida, the cap rates are really low. That means that the income that it's generating compared to the purchase price is very low, right? I was looking at a property where the owner was selling it. We were looking at a property selling it at a 3 cap. We did the back of the napkin numbers after we looked at the property with the price that he's asking for it, and the new mortgage that is going to be generated on the property, and new taxes and new insurance. We would be in a negative with the income, right? So South Florida is a good place for people that have $5 million, $1 million, that want to buy a property cash, boom, and sit on it, and know that their money's not going anywhere, right? So my model, we buy in properties in areas that have strong job growth, strong appreciation, where the market can push the appreciation as well as the rent, right? So that we can give a nice coupon every quarter from the cash flow to our investors, and at the end have a nice appreciation, right? Here, you can make money by buying a property, not worrying about the cash flow, and then in 2-3 years you can sell it. You know, if you bought $1 million property, maybe in 2-3 years you can sell it for $1.5 million, 2 years. But during that time, that cash flow, whatever the numbers are, but during that time, the cash flow is very thin, very, very thin. So that's why we don't, buy in South Florida today, right?
It's a cash flow appreciation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we look for. We look for cash flow and appreciation, and especially now in certain markets, right? Georgia, different markets that are heating up. You want to buy for cash flow. For cash flow. Why? Because the cycle goes like this, right? That's the cycle. That's the real estate cycle, right? A lot of markets that we're buying in, they're up at the top, right? Everybody's talking, oh, there's a correction, blah, 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 right? So you want to buy today for strong cash flow, so just in case the market does tank a little bit, your cash flow can sustain you through that downturn, and then you come out on the other end, and then the appreciation starts to increase again, right? So today, like when we buy a property, I'll take the existing cash flow, and will that feed the new mortgage, the new taxes, and the new insurance on the property? If that cash flow can do that, right? Of course, we add a little vacancy in there, right? We give a little bit of buffer because you don't want to be very thin on that. You want to give yourself a nice buffer. So we add in some concessions. We add in some more occupancy. We project out to 5, 6, 7 years, and we say, what happens if we have to sell in year 7 at a 9 cap? We're buying it today at a 6 cap, right? 6 cap, so it's not that cheap, but there's still upside. Can we hold it for 7 years if we have to, and sell it at a 9 cap, where it's even cheaper than what we bought it at, and still make money? And if the answer is yes, then you can look at it, then you can buy it, right?
Do you have like an automated deal analyzer for cash flow?
No. Well, I have. It's my partner. Enter. Laura, I just sent you a deal. Okay, great.
When you look at multi dwelling, what is your percentage that you look at vacancy? Like, my business, we look at capacity.
Mm-hmm.
What do you look at that you keep as saying this percent we got to look at may be vacant? So if you have 10 units, is it say 8 occupied all the time? Is that what is your percentage?
5% vacancy is where we look at across the board, okay? On the vacancy side. We'll also throw in some concessions in there.
What do you consider concessions?
So concession is, let's say your rent is $600 and you're giving 1 month free.
Okay.
That 1 month is a concession, right? So, or you say, sign up for a 12-month lease, your 13th month is free. That 13th month is a concession. Or,
okay.
you're giving a $50, whatever, that's a concession, right? So we want to add that in there as well, just to make sure, right? And then we look to say, can we sell it at a 9 cap in year 5, 6, 7 and still make money?
So you
Right.
have 5% vacancy plus
Mhm.
concession.
Right. Yeah.
Most banks will add at least that.
Right.
Going for a loan too, they're
Mhm.
gonna factor that in.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You talked about the cycles a little bit, and you talked about it more in other talks you did, very good stuff. Can you talk a little bit about recession-proof multifamily? And I know you've done a lot of different things. Have you done assisted living? What is your opinion about that for a recession-proof type of a play?
Assisted living is fantastic. Okay. Recession proof, that will take you, I mean, you know, all of us sitting here will probably one day enter the doors of an assisted living facility, right? It's a great place. It's a great cash flow. It's a great income generator. You know, if that's in real estate, there's a lot of shiny pennies that you can chase after, right? You got to pick something and dive into it, right? If assisted living facility is where you want to go, that's a fantastic, you know, asset niche class that will generate great returns for you. Great returns. And there are doctors out there that are looking for people who have properties that they can turn into assisted living facilities. They're out there looking, right? They don't want to deal with the real estate. If you deal with the real estate and you create a place, now all you need is an operator to come in and to operate the place, right? You don't want to be the assisted living facility operator, right? We don't know anything about that, right? And there's so many different levels, right? There's the part where you give medical care, right? And then there's the facilities where you don't give anything. There's just someone there cleaning up after people, right? Just cleaning the house. And so there's all different in that niche. There's tiny different sub niches that can really take you and blow you out. Just you got to know your industry. Yeah, that's beautiful. Recession-proof multifamilies. I think those are the C and B class properties where you're giving good amenities to people. And when you're buying a B minus, C plus, B minus property, and you can take it to a B, right? And you really make it very nice. You don't have to put granite countertops and whatnot, but when a recession hits, you've got all the people that were living in the A properties that now are losing their jobs and their income. They need to downsize. So where are they going? They're going to your property, right? And then the people go boom. And then when things start getting better, and the people that were down here, they're moving up to here, and the people over here are moving up there. So you're sandwiched in the middle of these two asset classes down here that people are going to be going through you, right? So that's a good place to be as well. You don't want to buy too old. We just looked at a 90-unit complex where there's 5 different properties. Literally, one was a wood construction. It was a quad. The other one had a pool, 20 units. The other one was, and each unit, right? This building was built in 1940. This building was built in 1980. But you can see the construction, the design, the interior design of the units, right? The 1940s, 50s, 60s, they were smaller. It was like this. The 1980s looked like this. The models. So you want to buy a property that is somewhat, 1980, 1990 built, so that you're not, design obsolete, right? So you can be presentable and make it a nice place for people to live. So you can have that fluctuation from them coming down and them coming up to you.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
How do you work your numbers? What numbers do you run?
How?
How do you run your numbers? And what numbers do you run?
What numbers do you run?
Like, what do you look for? Run your numbers to make sure it's a good deal.
That's a great question. You need to come to my one-day workshop, May 18th. Right. So I'm gonna end with this. But when a broker sends you income and expenses, you need to see what all the expenses are. You have to understand what the expenses are and understand what the income is, and know how to project that income all the way across and the expenses. Right. Now, there's only 2 ways to increase your bottom line. Who knows what the 2 ways to increase your NOI? There's only 2 ways.
Raise rent.
Cut your expenses is one, and raise rent. So only 2 ways to make extra money in real estate, right? Pretty much any other business, right? So you got to understand the numbers. You got to understand the trend of the numbers as well, right? When does, if your property and you're paying the utility bill on your property for all your tenants, guess what happens in the summertime in South Florida? Your utility bill goes sky high. If you didn't underwrite that correctly in your projections and you just said, well, you know what, utilities will be the same across the board every single month, come July, August, now your bill is 3 times higher. You're like, holy shit, what happened, right? So you have to understand those trends as well. We looked at the property where the owners were paying the utility bill, and you can tell on which building the owner paid the utilities and which owner the tenant paid. Whenever we walked into a unit and it was nice and cool, owner pays because that AC is running and everybody's at work. We walked into another unit, like, tenant pays utilities here? Yes. Well, that's why the AC's turned off, right? You know exactly, right? So you have to understand the numbers. And in my day workshop, it's a day workshop. We're going to go through that. It's an 8 hours, right? From 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. It's at the Renaissance Hotel. It's May 18th. Ticket prices are $245, okay? But because in life, people that take action first win, so the first 50 people to register, your ticket's $97.
Yo.
Okay? You can see Julie, she's got the link and all that and whatnot. But it's not one of these events where I'm going to be up there upselling and no. This is 100% content the entire day. Okay? We're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about goal setting. We're going to talk about reaching to your right avatars, your investors, how to present, how to create your projections, how to talk numbers, the market, all that. I've got another guy coming also. His name is Ben Azadi. He's called a health detective, right? When we're in this business, if you don't treat your body and your mind properly, you're going to go to shit. And you need to keep a sharp mind and a sharp body so that when you become successful and you've made it and you've done it and you're there, you can actually enjoy it and not be bedridden and sick and whatnot. So he's going to talk about how to maintain health, how to create health and all that. And we're not selling you anything on stage. And Ben Azadi. I know a lot of you are disappointed, you want me to sell you stuff and all that, The next one. But this is 100% full content the entire day. All right. You're gonna also be there. You're gonna meet my fund administrator, the guy who takes care of all my back office stuff. You can ask them any questions. You can talk to them. You can hire them. You can ask whatever you want. There's going to be an attorney there, a real estate and SEC attorney that you can talk to. Okay? You're going to have this guy. You're going to have that guy, right? Also over there. You're going to have Julie. And Julie talks about, she can help you with your social media presence, getting out there, right? You know that you can create all your social media posts on Sunday and set them up once, and then they go out the whole week for you? Did you know that?
No.
Well, there you go. Talk to Julie, right? So, $97 from 8 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to be at the Renaissance Hotel. For those of you who want to really get into it and dig deep and really dial into it, I highly recommend you come, okay? There's going to be people in that room that have money. There's going to be people in that room that have deals. You never know who's going to be sitting next to you, okay? You never know. I've met people in rooms. I met a guy at a polo event 2 weeks ago. This guy's worth millions of dollars. You look at him, he doesn't look like anything, right? He had a big gold Jewish star. I'm Jewish, so hey, you Jews, come here, hey, come here. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. We started talking that stuff, and then I invited Abe, and we met the three of us, and we started talking, but you never know who you're going to meet when you're going to meet them, right? So my goal is to bring people into the room and to educate and to share what I learned on how we can all create a lifestyle business. Does that sound good? Yeah? Awesome. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Last questions? Going once? Bueller? No? We're good? Well, thanks everybody for coming out. I appreciate it. Thank you. Network, grab business cards, talk to people. $97, man. First 50 people. And we're gonna have another meeting next month
25th.
on the 25th. So write that in your calendar. Some action steps for you. You should go to 2 networking events, a week. So maybe 4 by the time we meet next time. Talk to 4 to 5 brokers from different brokerage companies. Okay? Marcus and Millichap, Franklin Street, CRP. Tell them what you're looking for, what markets you want to be in. Okay? And start thinking about creating your team. Okay? Who you need to have on your team. SEC attorneys, right? Securities and Exchange Commission attorneys. Real estate attorneys. People that can sign on the mortgage for you, right? Because if you don't have experience or the net worth, a bank isn't going to give you a loan of $5 million if you don't have that experience or that net worth. But you can partner up with somebody that does, right? So find out. Your underwriters, right? People that will do your numbers, people that will do your marketing, your brokers, your property management companies, right? Tomorrow, for next month, if you haven't picked 2 markets that you want to be in, come with 2 markets that you picked, all right? And let's talk about it. I want you to share why you picked those markets, okay? And like this, we can help you guys start moving along. Does that sound good?
Excellent.
Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys coming out here. Thank you.